Hello, hello, everybody. Hello. Just getting my banner up. How is everybody this evening or this morning? Depending on where you're at. Hey, Grunky. How's it going? What are you reading right now? I was a couple seconds late to the stream because I was reading Augustus and forgot that I was supposed to be paying attention to a timer for when I was going to go live and missed it by a couple seconds. So thankfully it wasn't like minutes late. But hi, Anitha. Hi, Sarah. Hey, Philip. What are you guys reading right now? Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. Hi, Bart. Hi, dear. It's my husband in the other room. Hello, God Killer. That cover. Thank you so much. I feel like I just did this for the 1500 because I was late doing the 1K celebration live stream. Did I do a 1K? I don't think I did. I think I just did the 1500 one. And by the time I got around to doing the 1K live stream, I just turned it into the 1500 because I was late. So Sarah is reading Shogun. I will try to be getting through some of that this evening because I need to finish up part 3 because I'm behind on that one. Hey, Shad. How's it going? Oh, what'd you think of it? Genghis Birth of an Empire. What did you think of it? And what books did you get from the library? Thank you, Shad. Thanks, guys. I can't believe how fast from last summer when I came back the channel has grown. So I thank you guys so much for that because I was not expecting it to grow this fast, to be perfectly honest. On my way home, just finished work. Awesome. Matt is reading Dead House Gates and Shogun at the same time. That's an impressive pairing. I'm not gonna lie. How are you enjoying Dead House Gates so far? That is my favorite so far. My favorite Malazan book. Bart is reading Hyperion. What do you think of it so far? I've never read that one, and I've heard kind of mixed reviews. So, are you liking it? Not sure about it? How do you feel about it? Anitha, Finnish Conspirata. That's the one that you guys are doing for the read along on Alan's channel, right? Brutal. Yeah, Genghis Birth of an Empire is a historical fiction for those of you that don't know that I rated 5 stars last year. It is very brutal, but it's incredibly well written, I think. Oh, I'm behind here. Hi, Kay. Thank you. Reading The Hobbit halfway through. Major fan of Lord of the Rings, but it's the first time reading The Hobbit. It's great. Nice. Are you going to be able to hang out with us for the Lord of the Rings booktuber watch along? If you guys don't know about that, the 3rd tomorrow night through next Wednesday, I think Wednesday, I will be over on my friend Patricia Meredith's channel. It's at P Meredith Author is her YouTube, and we are going to be watching half of each extended edition Lord of the Rings film every night from the 3rd to the 8th, and doing basically like, you know how the actors do commentaries in the appendices of the video. So we're going to have a booktube roundtable and do commentary as we're watching the films, and you guys can watch along and join us in the comments, and it's going to be awesome. I'm super excited about it because I haven't actually watched the extended editions all the way through. Like I keep getting interrupted somewhere. I don't think I've watched them all the way through since, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years ago maybe, which is sad. Kind of in a slump except for the Alan Buddy reads. That's fair. I've been talking about that a little bit on the channel lately, that I've had kind of for me it's not really a slump, it's just kind of a, I don't know, like I feel like I committed to too many things in the early part of the year, and it'll be nice to finish up the 2 buddy reads that I'm doing here in March so that they're not just dragged out for another month. Hey, Chris, thanks so much. What's up? Thank you. Love it, Hyperion so far. Nice. Sordanian, who wrote that? What series is that from? And Memories of Ice. Lots of Malazan in the comments. Love it. Ordered The Martian by Andy Weir, which I am. That's right, because we're buddy reading it together. 1 second, guys. I can't make it stop. My son is staying at my parents' house, and my mother is calling me so that he can say goodnight. So I'm going to pass my phone off to my husband so he can call them back. But yeah, we're reading I'm going to be reading The Martian in March/April at some point. That is our like friend group from college buddy read. Can you FaceTime back, Mom, and say goodnight to Tristan? Just finished the live show for the Conspirata, and I'm trying to remember what the trilogy is called. First half of Dead House Gates was a little harder to get into for me, but the second half's been amazing. I'm glad that the second half is proving easier. I feel like, I don't know if I would call Malazan a slow burn, because like a lot happens. It's just a lot to pay attention to, and I feel like for me at least, sometimes my brain kind of zones out for a while in the beginning as I'm trying to catch up with where we're at. Rereading Grave Peril. That's Jim Butcher, right? Hey, Michael, thanks so much. Yep, 3rd through the 8th, we're doing the Lord of the Rings watch along. If you guys are Lord of the Rings fans at all, please come join us for that. It's going to be a blast. And we've got some other booktubers that are going to be joining us on some of the days. I think Philip Chase is going to be on part of it. Murphy Napier is going to be on part of it. And then Nico from Nico's Book Reviews, Andrew's Wizardly Reads, Andrew Meredith and Patricia Meredith, me, and I'm missing somebody, I feel like. Maybe not. Reading The Great Ordeal by R. Scott Baker. It's kind of dark over here. Yeah, I bet. I've heard that Baker is grim dark. Gene Wolfe, Shadow of the Torturer. Matt on Books just posted a review of that today. I haven't had time to watch it yet, but awesome, Philip. Yeah, I hope to see you there tomorrow / we're cozying in, and we're getting Andrew made some lembas bread today on his channel, and we are going full Lord of the Rings nerd for the next week. I'm excited. Hey, Philip, thank you. Hey, Madison. I've been thinking about watching again, plus The Hobbits. Want to watch them in order with my 7-year-old. Nice. I haven't seen the Hobbit movies for quite a while. I don't like them. I like aspects of them. We'll put it that way. I know that they're very controversial. I like aspects of them. I think Martin Freeman was incredible as Bilbo, and the conversation between him and Benedict Cumberbatch playing Smaug were fantastic. Watched the extended editions in September 2021. They're amazing. I kind of refuse to accept that there are any other versions at this point. Yeah, it's a weird slump, because like I had an actual reading slump in like 2021 that led to me kind of quitting booktube for a while, which I won't be doing again, because like at the time I really didn't have the community that I have now. I was just kind of a little island. I had a few friends that I'd made, but that was about it. And so I think having a community like this is so much better and really has me more. Even on the months when I read less, I'm still excited to see what everybody else is doing, and I have more reason to just be here and have fun with what everybody else is doing. So I'm so glad that I have found the community that we are all in, because it's awesome. Thanks, Mike. I just filmed a final book haul before my attempted book buying ban that I'm going to try to do for a while here. And Mike, who is a fantasy author, was very generous and sent me 3. Where did I put them? I put all the books away, so now I don't know where anything is. Sent me 3 hardcover editions of his fantasy. Is it a trilogy? Is it just a trilogy, or is it going to be a series? Sorry, we'll wait for my lighting to calm down here. But he sent me the hardcovers. This is the first one, Becoming a Druid, Sins and Sorrow, and To Speak with Elders. So I have those coming up on my book haul, my last book haul for a while, that I filmed this afternoon. Finishing up Legend of Blackjack. That's another one I need to read. Okay, Mike says 7 books total, and then 2 prequels. Nice. Back up to where I was. I don't want to miss anybody's comments. Love The Lost City of Z. I am reading 3 things at the moment. I taste tested a couple things to try to figure out what I wanted to read next. When I just finished The Last Ranger by J.D.L. Russell, and I taste tested Priest of Lies by Peter McLean, and what else did I pull out? I pulled out Drowned Kingdom by P.L. Stewart, and then I started reading on my Kindle Blackthorn by Clayton Snyder, which is like completely different than what I typically read. It's insect-based futuristic sci-fi, which is like not typically what I read. And the fact that I'm reading Augustus, opposite that, it's a time. So Augustus, I have this much left, so I should be able to finish that this week. I'm buddy reading this with my dad, so I've been going slower with this, and I'm actually kind of glad that we spaced it out a little bit, because this is a book that I feel like really needs to be savored and appreciated, and I've just been loving this book so much. Really excited to do a review for that. And then I'm also reading finishing part 3 of Shogun, and then we will be finishing the rest of Shogun in March, and then our final read-along review thing live stream will be probably in the beginning of April. I don't know why. I feel like I'm losing my voice, so sorry if I randomly do. Oh, hold on. I have a guest. Look who it is, guys. Hi, Tiago.
Surprise.
Surprise. Nobody expected to see you on my channel, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know.
And now that you're here, really quickly before I go back to comments, I want to let you guys know, as you can see in the little scrolly banner thing down there, that Tiago very graciously offered to help me out with the giveaway for my 2K subscribers. So down in the description box below, there is a link to a Google form where you can enter to win a physical copy of A Touch of Light, his first book in the Ashes of Averin. And it is open to anyone, anywhere in the world. So if you're a worldwide subscriber, please go ahead and enter it as well. It's beautiful. I've read it. Thumbs up from me. So yeah,
if you don't like the book, at least, it'll look good in your shelf. So
yeah, it's a beautiful cover. So if nothing else, it has that going for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it also has griffins, which, do you want to give, like, for anyone in the comments who has no idea what this book is about, do you want to give the super brief elevator pitch for it?
Sure. It's a book about life and death, basically. There.
Excellent. That is the most concise elevator pitch I think I've ever heard.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of takes the theme of life and death and tries to explore it in a unique way. So the book is about people living in this society where those considered worthy are basically given blessings and live forever, and those unworthy, I mean, those who die are considered unworthy because they publish they published. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
It's been a
It's
long
late
day.
there.
Yeah, it's almost midnight and it's been a long day. They worship life, and if people die, they assume it's because the god has discarded them. So death is considered unworthy. When you die, no one can talk about you and remember you. So yeah, it's the book is about characters kind of struggling through changes that are happening in the society when, basically um stuff hits the fan and they have to deal with the kind of threat or death that's spreading. And it follows three different characters and how they deal with the changes that are happening in their world. So
And the nice part about the 3 different POVs too is that they're all very distinct. So, like, it's gonna be pretty easy, I think, for most people to kind of latch on to one of the 3 POVs that feels the most relatable.
yeah,
So,
yeah, and
shockingly,
it's
mine was the barbarian. Everyone at shop.
I love seeing that because when people like Lynn a lot, the Griffin writer, yes,
Spoiler.
yes, they usually tend to like Adrian as well and not be that connected to Nasha. I don't know why. Nasha is the clanswoman, the barbarian, and when people like Nasha, they normally don't connect that much to Adrian, but everyone loves Lynn, so I don't know.
Lynn's pretty great. Adrian's fascinating to me. Like, I think when I get to he's one of those characters where I feel like I won't know exactly how I feel about him until I get to the end of the series.
You'll know how I feel about him next book.
Next book, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I haven't read it yet, so I don't know.
Book 3 for those. There is a book 2 that I don't have a physical copy of because it hasn't arrived yet.
It'll be here in
Sadly.
13 minutes when Andrew joins us.
Yeah.
Andrew's reading Heliotrope by Palmer Pickering. I really want to read one of her books because she is a very cool person. And her, like, I watched Megan's interview her a few weeks ago, and her life story is just fascinating. Like, the type of person that you can tell would write really good fantasy books because they've just done so many things. Thanks, Derek. Thanks, Wizard.
Mike has a really interesting comment. I saw him talking about shorts in a video today, and
I'm getting there. I'm trying.
Sorry. I just
no,
switched the comments right now.
Yes. Let me. Who's going to be hosting the Lord of the Rings watchathon? So it's going to be on my friend Patricia Meredith's channel. She's a historical fiction author and booktuber. Just started her channel. She is, if you go at P Meredith author, and I will see if I can put it in the. I'll put it down in the comments so that you guys can go check out her channel. She is awesome. She does bake-alongs on her channel and stuff. I'll get there. I know I'm working on it.
It's just Andrew's comment is the perfect description of my book.
Andrew's comment says, Ashes of Avrin is actually about a man who named his mustache Avrin and burned it off his face. So that's what the book is about. If anyone's interested in reading it, please go enter the giveaway down in the description.
It's a cozy fantasy about a man who can't regrow his mustache.
Very cozy, for sure. Yeah.
Congratulations on 2K. I just hopped on here.
Oh, thank you. It's fine.
Didn't say anything.
Thank you. Yeah,
I think you know me well enough to know that I was gonna forget, so
it's fine. And we talk pretty frequently during the day too, so I mean it's hard to we talked about this ages ago.
Yeah.
Philip wants to know what I did differently when I came back to booktube. So I think I kind of want to do a video about finding myself on booktube, make it sound like super memoir-ish and really dramatic. Honestly, when I first came to booktube, I tried to get into more of the kind of YA fantasy and contemporary fantasy crowd or contemporary fiction crowd, and I very quickly discovered that that was not my community, just because I was still fairly new-ish to epic fantasy. I'd read quite a bit of it, but I really hadn't had a community around me with epic fantasy vibes. So I left booktube and it was kind of reeling with some personal mental health stuff in 2021, and then I came back and just started watching booktube again, and I came back to some of the channels that I had seen start up. So like I remember seeing Philip starting his first, few videos on his channel. I think his second Lies of Locke Lamora book review was the first video I commented on of his. I remember when Mike's book reviews was at like 5,000 subscribers or something tiny like that, and then I started watching Patrick Leo's videos, and I just really start like, these are channels that feel more like what I want to do, and this is more, I want to really lean into the epic fantasy because that's really what I love. So, and I started reaching out more. I quit the imposter syndrome side. Was I don't want to reach out to people because they're not going to want to talk to me. Who knows if they, that anybody would want to have discussions or, be friends with me on booktube. And I really kind of got over that and just started talking to people more. And that made a huge difference. And now I've found my people, and I'm so happy that I came back because you guys are amazing. And I've had such a blast since I came back last year. So
Can I
so
just say,
that's you guys, honestly.
you've been doing like different stuff. Sorry, if I run off, it's because I've got an eye on the baby here. So,
No worries.
you've been doing some really, really different and cool stuff, and I've told you this before, but I just want to, publicly raise awareness to it because, you know, I didn't know your channel before your hiatus, but after you came back, it's really cool to see like the 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 motivation video that we all banded together to do, and imposter syndrome and all that stuff. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, it's really fun because I think I mean, I like trying new stuff anyways, and I was that kid in college who would come to my professors and be like, "Hey, I really want to try this. Can I do that?" And they're like, "But it's not in the syllabus." And I'm like, can I do it anyway?" Like, so it's fun to look around the community and see like things that I think fill a need, I guess. Because I mean, there's so much amazing content on booktube and especially in our community. Like, people are just so passionate, and it's that real, like, it's a real passion for the stories that they're reading. And I love watching everyone's reviews are so insightful and thoughtful, and which is great because mine I feel like are super rambly and crazy. So I'm glad that I can point people to the booktubers that are very good at doing reviews. But yeah, I want to keep trying new things and see what my audience likes, and but not just that, but also focusing on what I think can help the community as a whole. So let's see.
Awesome.
Hi, Evie. Thank you.
Hi everyone. It's hard keeping up with comments.
Yeah.
I can never be a booktuber, but can you hear my fan in the background, by the way, or is it good? Okay.
Not really. Nope, you're good.
So
Nice,
hi
Jared.
everyone.
Oh yeah, did we introduce you at all, or did you just kind of show up?
Me?
Yeah. Did we say who you are?
No, yeah, I talked about my book and stuff, I think.
Okay, ADHD moment. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. This is Chiago, everybody.
It's my
It's
real
funny.
name.
Because when I turned into December last year, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot really high. I think I'm gonna try and get to 3K in 2023, and I'm at 2,200 now in the beginning of March, and realizing that like 5K might not actually be that massive of a goal, which is kind of terrifying and exciting all at the same time. Andrew, we can do it. 5K twins.
Oh yeah.
Oh, awesome, Sarah. Legion, let's see, where is it?
I feel like
Legion by Brandon Sanderson is underappreciated, in my opinion.
I swear to God, there must be like there's always a new Sanderson book that I've never seen.
Yeah, this one. Well, this one is an omnibus version of 3 novellas in one book.
Okay.
So I just bought a hardcover of one of the novellas at the bookstore. Look how pretty that is, you guys. So this is not in the Cosmere. It's a soft thriller-ish with very strong mental health themes about a young man who has something sort of like schizophrenia, where all of his hallucinations are people who have very specific skill sets and help him to solve crime. And I honestly think that it's one of Sanderson's best like portrayals of mental illness, and just it's hard to explain. I did do some reviews on it a long time ago, but I should probably do an updated one. But yeah, it's excellent, and most people have never heard of it or have never read it. I don't know, Mike. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say I think there are certain like thresholds where you gain some momentum, and then you just start going, and you get like it starts accelerating, and suddenly you're there.
Andrew, if this is encouraging to you at all, I went back to 2 videos a week after December because I was needing to work on my book more, and I can't like do that much booktube plus write. So I've been doing 2 videos a week since December, and at first, yeah, I could definitely tell a difference in the views and all of that kind of stuff, but it is like ramping back up. So I think it just takes a little bit of time for things to get used to a new algorithm. Yeah, I try. I mean, I always want to be able to do worldwide.
It's worldwide minus Canada. I mean, so sorry.
It's not actually. Don't worry about it.
It's not. It's not. I'm kidding. I live in Brazil. Do you think I ever participated in a giveaway that wasn't worldwide? Like, come on.
Yeah. Ava says, my daughter challenged me to read 5 books from my shelf before buying any more. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I need to enact something like that for myself, because I realized that part of my overwhelm that came at the beginning of this year was me realizing that I have so many books that I'm really excited about and really want to read, which is great, but I feel overwhelmed when I try to pick one off the shelf now because there's all the other ones staring at me. So I need to just spend some time and, get through some of the ones that I have been staring at for a while. Thanks, Mike. All right, I'm trying to catch up with you guys. Also, reminder that I put in the chat for the channel where we are going to be doing the Lord of the Rings booktuber commentary watch along from the 3rd to the 8th. So come hang out with us for that. Also, I should probably also mention that Imposter Syndrome episode 4, which is crazy, is on this coming Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Time, and it's on reviewing fantasy. And I have revealed 2 of the guests out of the 3 on Twitter as of today, but I'm very excited about it. It's going to be a great conversation. Congratulations on 2K and the awesome guest. I had to get in touch with his people to see if he was available in his very busy. I know he's in high demand these days, so.
Yeah, I only talk to people through my agent. I almost had my agent jump on instead of me, so I didn't have to talk to Tori directly, but
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you really coming through from my channel, giving me a boost here.
Yeah.
Planning to read The Coward Duology, Mistraith, Tiago's book, and one more. What kind of books do you like reading? Maybe we can get some recommendations going for you in the comments. I suppose you said they're all the ones that are already on your shelf, so maybe we should be careful with that. Thanks, Donnie. I agree. Andrew should start up a business writing book blurbs. Thank you. Hi, Joanna. Oh, hold on. I think we have another guest coming on shortly once they get set up.
No.
Tiago's gone. Yeah, Philip. Philip started. I started in January 2020, and Philip, I think, were you April 2020? It was only a couple months apart. Yeah, you guys are getting me into classics. Like, I'd read a few classics up to that point, but now I'm actually in a book club where they're making me read more classics. And it's been really fun so far. We read Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde this last month, and we read Wuthering Heights before that. And Evie and I managed to have opposite opinions on Wuthering Heights and still be friends. So it's going well so far.
That can happen?
Right? Thanks, Mike. Yeah, and thank you very much for supporting the channel. I appreciate that. Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, I do have a Patreon now, which I always forget to tell everybody. And I do a lot of backstage stuff with the channel, but mostly with writing. So I'm giving everybody some sneak peeks into the book that I'm working on for the end of 2023, and clips and concept art and map stuff, and trying to give a little bit more of a behind the scenes to that. We'll see,
If only
Andrew.
we didn't keep taking your artist.
I'm going to wrestle her away from you guys for a while sometime this year and just be like, no, you can't have her for like this chunk of time. I was here first.
Why do you think I'm overloading her with stuff? Because when you get to your critical mass point, I'm going to have my stuff done already. So.
Absolutely, Madison. Yeah, y'all go check out Madison's channel. Madison is awesome. We just did a book friends chat was that in February? Yeah, it was.
So, Anita, actually, I'm the nice one on Discord. My agent is the one who fights people.
Yeah, she's just using your account to talk to everybody.
Yeah, I have to jump in and roll it back.
Dude, 3K is an awesome milestone. That's some hefty numbers. Yes, and actually that's one of the reasons that I liked it so much, is because I have formally diagnosed DID, and Legion was the closest book representation I have ever read. So, and it's infinitely better than the film media that exists on dissociative identity disorder.
Do you mean Split?
Yeah.
Okay.
Such good representation. I could do it I don't want to do a video on Split because it's been done, but okay, I think are you guys ready? Okay. Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello.
So this is my friend, and let me hold on so you guys can actually see who's here. My friends Andrew and Patricia Meredith, both amazing authors and booktubers now.
Yes.
So say hey everybody.
Joining an amazing booktuber. 2000 and what? You're almost at 2000. You're at 2200.
2200, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in fairness, Patrick shouted me out in his small booktubers video this morning, and that was very kind of him. So I definitely got a jump from that. So thank you,
In
Patrick.
a couple of years, you'll be shouting him out, and
I doubt it. Patrick was one of the channels that actually kind of pulled me back into fantasy booktube. So I owe him a lot. He's an amazing person. So if somehow everyone you are not subscribed to Patrick Leo's channel, go do that because he's amazing.
Yes.
See you later, Philip. Thanks for checking in with us. This is something that a lot of the booktubers have been chatting about lately, because book reviews and long form kind of discussions and content it's weird because I feel like in our genre, they're the most watched. I don't know. I can't speak because I don't know as much about the other communities and other genres, but I feel like the fantasy community really appreciates them a lot. And so, yeah, my book reviews I've cut mine down to about 12 to 16 minute book reviews typically. And even that's still long for what a lot of people will pay attention to, but I will keep doing the long form discussions and book reviews forever because I love them. So,
Mhm.
how's a motivator for you in a slump to read and to write? Honestly, same. There's a lot of really encouraging stuff on BookTube, and even just to hear people talk excitedly about books that they've read
Exactly.
Get your
very
FOMO
fun.
going.
Right?
Yep.
Oh no, I need to buy more books.
Yep.
I've gotten to the stage where I don't even have FOMO about reading anymore because I know I'm not gonna keep up. So I just read when I can.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Right. Exactly. And then listen to the discussions of the books that I probably won't get a chance
Exactly.
Well, it's fun
Exactly.
because it's a way to kind of experience a little bit of the books without
Mhm.
reading them all. Because I mean, honestly, none of us are ever going to be able to read all of the books we want to read
No.
in our lifetime.
But I mean, it must be really nice to jump onto a book haul like with that expectation of, ooh, I'm gonna find a new book and start reading it. And I'm like, yeah, cool books, man. I still have like 200 books that I
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've hit 200 on my physical TBR. I haven't added
Yeah.
them to my Goodreads shelf, the ones that I just filmed, but I'm pretty sure I'm over 200 on my physical bookshelf TBR.
Yeah.
I think the only two people that we all know who might actually ever finish catching up with their TBR are
Sorry, what?
Esme and Andrew Wizard might actually.
I
Yeah.
think Esme actually reads more than Andrew does.
I know.
Really?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Esme reads at an insane pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, part of the, in fairness too, both of them read audiobooks as
Mhm.
well. And so I really do feel like that for a lot of people gives them a major step up because while they're working during the day or traveling or what have you, you can put your headphones on and you can I read physical books and that's it. It was a big deal for me to branch out to ebooks. But I usually average between 5 to 7 a month physical.
Yeah.
If I was doing audiobooks during the day, I would never write my own book, so I wouldn't do that either.
Right.
Good night, Madison. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Hi, Madison.
I love that there are people in the chat that have actually read Legion. That's awesome.
Wow. Yeah. I have not read
That's when
Legion.
you have
No.
it. Okay.
I have a very low tolerance. Tori and I have talked about this. So I will often get the lowdown on books from her
Sure.
because she'll read them and then.
Well, I don't know. You might like it. Here's some content warnings. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
I didn't know Legion existed until 20 minutes ago. So
apparently we're not friends after the Wuthering Heights discussion. I've been deceived. There's
you didn't like Wuthering Heights?
It's complicated. Our discussion is on Evie's channel for anyone who wants to go watch it. How do I put this? I think the writing was beautiful. And I liked, you want to talk about something having a grim, dark, gritty, dark, cloudy, gloomy atmosphere. She captured that brilliantly. I just hated all the characters the whole time. So there was one character toward the end that I didn't completely hate, but I felt like they got really taken advantage of and settled for less than they were worth. So it was just one of those things where I know that the point of the book is to have conversations about, people and morality and things, but if I read a book, especially that big, I don't want to be really angry the whole time I'm reading it. So, but I can understand why other people would really like it.
Right.
I mean, if I want to talk about morality and have good characters, I'll just read A Touch of Light.
Well,
I was just gonna make fun of you that Anita called you Dane, and then you're talking up my book.
Well, because you guys weren't here yet, Thiago pitched Touch of Light as cozy fantasy.
After Andrew Wizard's description of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is about a guy who had to shave off, burn off his mustache.
Yeah.
He named his mustache Averin, and then burned his mustache, so it's the Ashes of Averin. Mm-hmm. And it's a cozy fantasy about a guy trying to regrow his
Flowers
mustache.
of Algernon?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Similar, like really's gonna rip your heart out at the end.
Maybe.
Everybody's saying hello to the Merediths.
Yes, hello.
Oh, Ava does like recommendations, so everybody hit her up with some recommendations in the chat. Matthew, so the Merediths have 2 booktube channels, and
Yes.
Andrew, yours is Andrew D. Meredith, isn't it?
My YouTube channel is Andrew D MTH.
Andrew D. MTH.
Yeah.
Yes. And mine is at P Meredith author. Yeah, P Meredith author. And my channel is where the Lord of the Rings watch along will be happening.
Yes, which everyone should come.
So.
Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
So for everybody who
Hi,
doesn't
Sarah.
know this person, I don't know her either. This is my best friend Sarah, and she is artist, illustrator, writer extraordinaire.
Hello. I'm going to keep my mic muted for the most part because I have somebody who is not sleepy. So, but greetings,
We were talking
congratulations on 2K.
Thank you.
Here's to
We were
10.
talking about how you're just about to dive into all the art for my books, Sarah.
Oh yeah, I'm inundated until
So that
the
you
next
could,
5 years.
yeah, and that only then would you start on Tori stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
which means, okay, so then how this all works out is I have stuff for Thiago, I have stuff for Andrew, I have stuff for Tori, and I'm never going to publish my own book.
Oh yes, you are.
Yet, how many words are you at?
105,000?
What I thought.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So I've still got a ways to go, though.
I mean,
It's quite a stretch.
we're not gonna
And it was only going
not
to be one
let
book,
you
and now it's a
publish.
trilogy.
That was one of the most fun conversations I remember. Is Sarah saying, "It's only going to be one book. You're never going to convince me that's more than one book." And we were all like, "Whoa, okay, yeah,
What you
yeah."
have to realize is
That
in
would be
group
so
chats like that, you have to take screenshots. Everything everyone says.
Oh,
and just be
I'm
like,
sure you could still search it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ava's looking for time travel
Ooh.
recommendations.
To say nothing
and
of the dog.
I was looking
Yeah.
for that at a
To
bookstore.
Say Nothing of the Dog by Connie Willis. That's my all-time favorite book. If you look at my video on best Connie Willis reads, there's several time travels on there. She writes historical time travel, so it's found in the science fiction section. But this book is the book that I buy every time I find a copy of it and hand it off to people.
She's giving
because
away
I
like
love it.
20 copies.
Yes. I won't give away this one though because it's signed by Connie Willis.
It's a quaint.
It's PG
comedic,
Woodhouse.
Yeah, very PG
Yeah.
Woodhouseian time travel where they go back and just
Like
they're tourists
1880s.
basically.
And it's Three Men in a Boat, if you've read that one by Jerome K. Jerome. But that's my favorite time travel fiction, is that one.
Yeah, lots of hijinks.
Yeah. And Timeline by Michael Crichton.
Yeah.
I actually love that one. That one's surprisingly good.
I have a Michael Crichton on my shelf, but it is Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I do intend to read at some point when I'm in the right headspace for it.
The movie was good too. Timeline with Gerard Butler.
I like, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
I thought you were talking about Jurassic Park for a
I
second.
was too. I was like, Gerard Butler was in Jurassic Park.
No, it would have been great.
He would be amazing at Jurassic. He'd be amazing at anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like honestly our community really likes a lot of the long form content. That's kind of alluding to what I was saying before. I feel like if there's a community that's going to keep long form content alive, it's going to be the fantasy community.
Mhm.
And I feel like honestly historical fiction's the same way because they're kind of sister genres.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the read-alongs are really, really fun because it's especially because we're finishing Shogun this month, and to read a book that massive by yourself, I mean, I can do it, but it's so much more fun when I can chat about certain parts of the book with everybody in the Discord server and have the live streams at the end of the month and go through what we were all thinking and what we liked, and it's pretty cool, especially because Alan's giving us a lot of the historical context
Oh,
because he has
perfect.
a degree in all
He
of
only
that
teaches all of that. He's only-
ancient history. Yeah. Evie's talking about Wuthering Heights. I know that's the point, Evie, but you like that that's the point, and I don't. So that's where
Yeah.
we diverge.
I
from-
totally agree with you, Tori. I was totally with you on that whole discussion. Listening to you, I was like, oh man, I'm with Tori. I don't like any of the Brontes.
I like Jane Eyre. I read Jane Eyre in college.
see,
I
I
really
hate
like
Jane
Jane
Eyre.
Eyre. I know. That's why like
You would,
Evie
though.
and I
You would like
split.
that.
I do like Jane Eyre. I do. It's
Well,
very
like when
tragic.
we were dating, we got pressured into watching Bleak House.
Ugh.
And
Yeah. No,
man,
Howard's
End. That
Howard's
show.
End. That's right.
That
Howard's
was the BBC Bleak House.
It was Howard's End.
I think it was
sorry.
Howard's End with
Oh, okay. Bleak House was actually pretty
Emma
good, I
Thompson.
thought.
See, all you
No,
guys
no.
talking about the classics makes me feel like a total Neanderthal.
But that's why you just listen to discussions, right? Because
Right.
like you listen to our Jekyll and Hyde.
I have listened to
Get the
so
whole
many
layout.
like discussions on different Shakespeare stories and other classics that like I don't need to read some of them.
There's only a few Shakespeare classics that you actually like. If you ever wanted to read Shakespeare, let me know and I will point you in the direction of a couple that are actually decent.
No, you should never read Shakespeare. Sorry.
Watch
I
it.
mean,
Yes.
I'm mostly of the same
Says
opinion.
No,
Trisha.
you should only see Shakespeare. It is meant to be seen. It is a
okay.
play. It is not meant to be read.
I have my share of obligatory reads of classics from high school, so like that's my extent.
I had
Or
to
you,
read a
or you
bit,
read prestige
bit of Shakespeare.
classics like Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell.
Yes, that one's amazing.
I uncalled that, and now I feel like at some point I'm probably gonna get it again, just because it was so big, and I was like, I don't know if I. feel...
But you're gonna read War and Peace, which is like Sean.
Am I? I don't. Hi, honey.
Okay. Shoot.
Hi. I haven't officially said I was gonna read.
Oh,
War
I
and
thought you
Peace.
were. Oh,
I've
sorry,
said that I might
Kay.
at some
I was
point.
watching Kay's channel today too. Kay has War and Peace on her list.
See,
Oh.
I might at some point if I'm really bored.
well, I
but-
guess Shogun. I mean, Shogun's the same length. That's
yeah,
the-
but
that's
it's feudal Japan and samurais.
So did you just say classics are boring?
no.
I mean, you'd
I
already
said
lost your.
War and Peace.
Okay, but that's not always true though. I mean, I feel like okay, there's a handful. I will forever say that like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea could have been cut into like a quarter if you take
Just
out all the
5,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
mentions of zoophytes and mollusks. Like that
oh my gosh,
that's like a
My
quarter.
little historical classic heart is like dying over here.
I did like Fahrenheit 451. Is that I would assume that's considered a classic.
That is a classic, yeah.
So
I think I read a abridged version of Wuthering Heights in school. I
thought you were
liked
gonna
it, but
say
I
an
don't.
abridged version of 451. I was like,
No.
I like that was pretty small.
Spark-
you like
Yeah,
Wuthering Heights, Tiago?
I did, but I don't remember anything about what I read. I'd have to read it again. I just wanted to say you just lost your spot in the Classics Club, and it was given to
They're gonna
Sarah.
kick me out.
Yeah, it was given to Sarah.
Frankenstein is one of my favorite books of all time. So I have a classic in my favorite books of all time. So there.
How big is your favorite books of all time though?
What's their favorite fantasy series?
No, I mean
I
like
mean-
are we talking like out of 1,000 books?
No, I think I whittled my favorite books of all time, and it does kind of change ish, but there's some core books. Actually, I have White Fang on there as well, which is also a classic. So I have two
White Fang is
classics.
excellent.
It
I
is
love White
excellent.
Fang.
I agree, Philip, that the gothic aesthetic in Wuthering Heights was really beautifully written, in my opinion. It was more the characters that I was having a hard time with. Hi, Derry. Thank you. Hey, PL. PL is one of the Imposter Syndrome guests on Sunday. I'm very excited about it.
I was so happy to see that. PL is such an awesome guy.
Well, I mean,
Everyone there on there is awesome, but yeah.
John and PL and whoever the third guest is that I'm going to be
I'm not
revealing
gonna say
tomorrow.
I know because
I know who it is.
I mean there's a thumbnail
I
on
know.
YouTube.
Okay, you are not. I just put that up here. If you want to go spoil it for yourself, you're welcome to do that. But I mean, you are now the second cheeky person who's been like, well, I saw it on YouTube.
No,
All right.
I wasn't trying to be cheeky. I was just saying I kind
Yes,
of
you
saw
were.
it.
You don't have to try, Tiago. You just are.
Yeah,
You just
I
are.
know.
Hi, Nat. Thank you. Oh, I'm behind on comments. I apologize, guys. I'm
Hi,
trying.
Anita.
Derry has even heard of Sarah all the way over in New Zealand. So
Hi, Derry.
I think after that live stream on
Hey,
Sunday,
it's
I'm just gonna feel
Grunky.
so stupid because there's so much intelligence in your live stream on Sunday.
oh, I know.
I just
It's-
remembered I'm gonna be
gonna feel like
traveling
an
and I'm
imposter.
not gonna be able to catch it live. I'm so sad about that.
on
I might-
Sunday.
I might be. Yeah, I'm gonna be out of town, but I might
Where are you
be able
going?
to catch it.
Friendship
I'm going
card
to the
revoked.
beach.
Oh, you gonna find some sharks?
No,
Tiago
I have
loves water.
like this almost 3-year-old and a 7-month-old baby, and the 3-year-old doesn't even remember what the beach is anymore, I think. So, yeah, it's summer here, guys. So
I mean, it's kind of true. I'm
He
gonna
is.
have to
He
wrestle
is.
her away from him for a while this year, though.
See, I will just not sleep for 5 months. Then I'll get all the things done.
you see, my trick is to make stuff sound really, really cool. So Sarah wants to do it.
See,
And-
but that's my problem. Is like I'm trying to learn how to say no, and Tiago makes it very difficult.
There's a Mickey Mouse cartoon on that right now on Disney Plus where he has to learn to say no. That might help.
There you go.
Thanks, thank you for that.
In my
So-
defense, I'm not asking for anything new. I laid out the plan for Sarah
Oh yeah,
months
like
ago. So
it is obtainable. I just need to get my ducks in a row and not have sick children
Yeah,
and have children that go to bed on time.
So, Sarah,
Yeah.
this is a great question from Derek.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. I answered it in the comments, but
Oh,
Just-
I didn't get that far down yet.
yes, I
Can
am
you
working
tell
on
us
the
what?
book.
Did you tell us what genre it is?
No, I didn't.
It's Wuthering Heights.
It's a classic. It's a classic.
With
a Wuthering
with
Heights
animal
retelling.
companion.
It's got
It's a
it's
classic
Scottish,
historical
Gothic.
fiction. No, for the record, I didn't do well in English. I did not do well in history. Thank you for your commentary. Yeah, no, it's a sci-fi.
Awesome.
And Sarah, her forte is non-human characters, and
You don't know that because you haven't actually read it.
you've sent me sections of it.
Sections of it, sure.
That's enough.
See, Tori, when you send me prose and I'm like, this is good prose, you're like, it's just a section.
I mean, Sarah and I basically share at least half of our brain cells at this point, so we
Right.
both have the same imposter syndrome brain cell.
It's kind of true though. It's like she'll sit there and be like, you could say no. And I'd be like, that's funny coming from you.
After 18 years, we can't really hide anything from each other anymore.
No. And then we'll sit there and we kind of wallow in our imposter syndrome because we're both doing the same thing at the same time. Today was a hoot, wasn't it?
Today was a great imposter syndrome day, but we did it. We
did it.
Survived it.
I almost made 500 words, which is good since I was not going to do anything. I was just going to draw today.
500
Just-
physical books.
just going to draw it.
Ooh.
Wow. That's a lot of books, Ava. You should
I
just
was
go shop. You
going
could
to.
set yourself up a nice little bookshop, or like
Yeah.
check out books from the library and give yourself like a 2-week window to read them and put them back.
Pay yourself in chocolate.
Yeah. I totally agree, Derry. That's one of the things I love about booktube so much.
Mhm.
Mike's probably long gone by now, but good luck, Mike. Yeah, I know. Evie, there you go, Trisha. Evie doesn't like Jane Eyre either.
Oh, good. Really? Evie doesn't? That's
Mhm.
crazy. I would have thought that she liked it.
Sarah, apparently this is an open invitation for you to join in our next one. We're reading Northanger Abbey by oh my gosh, Jane Austen. There we go. Brain blank. I almost did.
I have heard of Jane Austen.
It's a really
I've
tiny book.
I mean, if it's tiny,
Not that long, and you
Look
can
how
find it on
tiny it
audiobook, and then
is.
you can draw while you're reading it.
yeah,
It's
but
tiny.
yeah, but the thing is, like, you promised me other tiny books that I need to read that I still haven't gotten to. So, like, this one is coming up right after Morningstar.
That trumps everything.
That is also your fault. Everything on
Is
my
Never
TBR
Die-
is your fault.
Is
What?
Never Die really short? Is it really, really
Yeah,
short?
it's not that long.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
See,
It's itty bitty.
where's
It's
the other one?
270 pages.
So this is the problem with the Mortal Techniques. You have Never Die, and then you have Pawn's Gambit, and then when I got the box that had Spirits of Vengeance in it, I was like, man, this box is heavy. And then I opened it, I'm like, okay. But it's amazing and worth every page, so I'm not mad about it.
Anita, I can't DNF Morningstar if I didn't even start it yet.
Also, I don't know if I would speak to her if she DNF'd Morningstar.
Every time I see Spirits of Vengeance, I get the shakes a bit because I thought it was going to kick me out of Spiffbo. I thought, Rob's Spirit of Vengeance was going to come after me.
I mean, there's some
Fortunately-
really freaky, vengeful spirits in that book. I'm not gonna lie. He's also very good at writing non-human characters.
Yeah, it's because of the way Spiffbo works. He was in the Senlin net, so he could basically kick out any book from any blog that hadn't been picked as a finalist yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really scared of Rob for a few weeks there.
I was too.
I'm aware of that, Evie. But it's a strong thread. Thanks, Chris. Chris and his lovely wife Elon are the authors of Seasons of Albadone, which I recently did a review for, and it is so good. So good. The cover is deceptive, as a lot of people will tell you. It is dark, somehow cozy and wholesome in bits, but very dark. If you mix like darker Miyazaki with Grimm's fairy tales, that's pretty close.
So what you're saying is it depends on the season? The darkness depends on the season.
It is separated into seasons. That's true. But no, all of the seasons are kind of equally darkish. But the like it's really cool because each story has that same kind of like moral theme through each story, but it's tied to a larger thing.
I was gonna say so it's set in London because if every season is darkish, but then my UK friends are gonna hate me forever.
No, you're not a bad person, Anitha. I know it's there. It's one of those things. This is where I try not to put it up until closer, but I know that I'm gonna forget otherwise, and then the thumbnail's not gonna be on the Imposter Syndrome episode until like way too late. So I mean, it's all right. It's more of a Twitter like guess the guest kind of post thing. It's fine.
If people are desperate enough, they'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving all the
You
Jules
really,
Verne love
really
coming
want to
through.
know.
We definitely need to read the Jules Verne at some point in our class.
Sorry.
Hello, Jen.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Hi, Katie. What's up? What are you reading? Hey, Palmer Pickering in the chat. Another Jane Eyre fan. Anitha, this is not an okay comment. Yeah, Emily said she wasn't feeling good today, so hopefully you're feeling better soon, Emily, and hopefully we can entertain you a little bit. Dark and cozy. No, it's not the same kind of prose as Hob by any means. If you're talking about Seasons of Albion, I think you would like it though, Evie. It's been a while since I read the Farseer trilogy, in fairness, so forgive me, but I would say it's maybe a little bit darker in a smaller amount of time. So, because there's only, I mean, it's a very small book. So, but I honestly think you might really like it. So I would check it out. And you can watch my I have a mostly spoiler-free interview with the authors on my
It's a
channel
good
as
interview.
well.
Good interview.
Very fun interview. They were
Yeah.
so much fun to talk
Yeah.
to. And they shared a lot. They're just a very creative couple, so it was really fun to like. I mean, you guys know how that is.
We could never write together though.
No,
Saint Ben and I.
our
either.
relationship does not work the same way as Elon and Mike's does at all.
Well, I think part of it is just because the processes
Oh yeah.
are so different, like so different.
Well, like they were saying on the interview too, you know, they're filmmakers, right? And so
Yeah.
that's just a different process in and of itself.
Film, music,
all the stages, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it was a very good interview. So if
Yeah,
you're
it was.
interested, Derry, that might be a good place to check it out. And I also did a mostly non-spoiler review of it too. Thanks for coming by, Evie. You're awesome.
Hi, Evie.
She decided to jump off after the
All right,
Wuthering Heights talk. Yeah.
there you have it, Derry. Chris does like
There you go.
Queen Hob, so there you go.
I know what you mean by asking whether it's like Hob, because Hob does have that a bit of coziness to it.
Yeah.
in that sense.
I would say, I don't know, Chris can, I mean, if he's still in the chat, he can answer for
Yeah.
his own book, but I would say, like, in that respect, you could probably argue that there's some similarities.
Those moments of normalcy.
That's what couples do, Anitha.
Anitha is like always so, controlling and
So violent.
yeah.
Anitha.
What I want to know is like what are the swords back there behind the Meredith?
Narsil
Yeah.
is one of them.
We're getting
Well,
ready
yeah.
for the
Anduril,
main thing
sorry.
tomorrow night.
So
They're the swords they
Ah,
use
Anduril.
to. They're the swords they
Glandering
use
is
on
actually
people.
my brother-in-law's
Oh, that's
copy,
Glandering,
but we
sorry.
cut our cake with that.
Yeah.
So we borrowed
cool.
that.
That's awesome.
For putting here, and then over here is what I call my butter knife. It's actually the sword from the Majewski Bible, and it's really fun to cut like watermelons with. It's really sharp,
Nice.
and it's
So,
really well balanced because it's
can
got
you
a
do,
full
like-
full tang.
Live action Fruit Ninja?
Yeah, so like I grew up in the 90s, so we were beating each other over the head with sticks and shooting BB guns in the middle of the city in the 90s, and we were sword fighting. So what we would do is we would actually set up a 4x4 post and then put milk jugs that we collected over like a month, fill it with water, and then practice our slices through swords. And so my buddy, who's now a professional sword maker, that's what we would do to baptize a new sword. Was he finished a sword, we all got to go out and cut with it and see how well it cut on milk bottles. So
See, we would fill up like old detergent bottles and stuff with water and shoot it
Yep.
with 22s, but
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
we were also in like the middle of nowhere, North Dakota, so
Yeah, there weren't supposed to be BBs in the guns, but sometimes there would still be BB in the gun, and then we would say pew pew and pull a trigger and end up with a graze.
It's amazing.
It's
indie
amazing.
survived.
I was gonna say it's amazing
90s.
we all survived
90s.
the 80s and 90s. Honestly,
oh, like okay, car seats that were like nothing but plastic and metal.
Yeah. Well, before that, they didn't even have.
metal
Yeah.
slides.
You just had the mom
Oh,
stop.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, metal slides are made by an engineer who hated children.
Yes.
It's like 100%.
It's probably my family.
Yeah.
The splitter is over there, I think.
I heard those swords are used on people who tell you to stop whispering to each other.
On that note, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of guns,
Katie just started Guns of the Dawn.
hey Ben,
Hey Ben.
It's Ben the Ant. Ben.
he can't hear us.
Ben.
We can't hear you,
Nothing
Tori.
working. Couples,
Uh-oh.
I don't know if
We
we're supposed to
lost
hear.
him.
those couples.
Yeah.
Or-
Now,
Yes,
can you hear Ben?
I think so.
If he says something, maybe.
Can you?
Can
say-
you hear me? I'm sick.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
We're trying
This is
we have
looking
a headphone
good,
splitter.
man.
Ah, right.
I
Big.
wanna get it to the point where I can braid it. We're not there
Viking
yet.
level.
Yeah, Viking level.
Yes.
Are you gonna
But-
get beads?
I don't know. I want to get there first.
Ben, I have a bunch of like old macrame beads.
I'm willing to try it. We'll see.
I was given a Sleipnir beard bead, but I've never been long enough to wear it.
I will take my Dremel and carve something for you in it if you want.
I was gonna say when we go
sounds
to
sick,
our first Fantasy Con, both of us are going in like full on Viking.
Yes.
I'll
Go to the
do
Ren Fair.
braids on the side. Yep.
Yep.
Be awesome.
No, come here to our Ren Fair.
Yes, that
then
too.
you can come stay with us.
Yep.
I'll go to the Ren Fair.
I won't argue.
Yep.
That'd be cool.
From the Earth to the Moon is my favorite Jules Verne so far.
I actually want to try that one. I've heard of that one.
That one's good. My favorite is
Awesome Day.
Around the World in 80 Days. That one.
That's
it's
very
so
good.
much better than the movies.
But you said you haven't seen the one with Pierce Brosnan and
But I
Eric
haven't
Idle.
seen that one. No,
Ah!
exactly. Yeah. So
I didn't
I've
know
only
that.
seen the one with Jackie Chan and what's his
Yeah.
face.
just terrible.
Oh,
Terrible.
No.
Rush Hour.
I mean,
It's a classic. Come on.
it
Hey,
kind of is.
Charmaine.
I haven't seen Rush Hour in ages.
Guns of the Dawn is one that Anitha and Alan are really trying to get me to read. I think
I
it was
haven't even heard of
Anitha.
it.
Yeah.
It's an Adrian Tchaikovsky.
Oh, right. Okay.
This one.
She
Got
has
it.
it.
Okay.
Apparently, it has some like Austin
Oh, that's sick.
heroin, but in like a flintlock. I'm here for it. I'm
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big boy.
I
Yeah.
was like, oh, that looks cool. Never mind.
It's. I mean, the font's pretty big, but
I had a hard
it's
enough time getting through a Deathless Beast.
650 pages.
It was an audio book.
As someone who's been reading Deathless Beast for like 2.5 months, Andrew, and finished like
I think
yesterday.
I beat Tiago, didn't
No.
I?
You
Yeah,
did.
of course you did.
You did,
Yeah.
and it's only about 10,000 words longer than Touch of Light.
No, I know
I
it's not long. It's just I'm horrible.
He's just bored. Oh.
I
No.
should.
Just
It was, I mean, I
Because
fell
you're
asleep
similar.
for half of it.
I
I
know.
don't remember
Almost
most of it.
I should probably introduce you for everyone who thinks you are Mr. Tory.
Mr. Tory.
Mr. Tory.
Everybody
I
on your
mean,
channel is some
so
form of Tory.
everyone who doesn't know and hasn't seen him on my channel before, this is Ben. This is my husband Ben.
Hi,
Hi,
Ben.
Ben.
hi Ben.
Hi. Hi, Tiago.
But Mr. Tory works too. That's
Mr.
fine.
Tory.
That's pretty adorable.
Ugh.
I finished Deathless Beast, Anissa, like the day before yesterday. I'm way ahead of you. And I didn't hate it. I loved it actually. So
Anitha finished Deathless Beast a month ago.
I
Hey.
know, but you're saying I haven't, so I'm just using. the
I finished
opportunity to-
Deathless Beast in December.
I know.
Right.
I know.
And I
That's
read
it
not
in
a
race,
Tory.
okay? I saw in your video, Tori. I saw in your Dear Writer video that it wasn't a race. Someone said it wasn't a race. I think it was
true.
Quen. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
taking that
true.
advice. I can read at my own pace.
I
okay?
mean, if Quen says it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's like one of my I have kind of two dream like cosplay outfits in mind. One of them is I want to go full out Viking shield maiden, braid my hair, do the war paint and everything. And the other one is I want to do a pirate captain with the big black trench coat and the
Yep.
huge tricorn and everything.
Yeah.
You
I
guys
threw
should go as,
myself a
like,
birthday party when I was
We all need
31,
to plan. Oh, sorry.
and we did pirate theme.
Black Sails characters.
Yeah.
We all need to go to Weekend Warrior Experience.
See this right here.
It's in October, and it's a massive LARP battle. And they have factions, and there's like 200 people to a faction, and there's 5 factions, and they all get together and they do rentals for costumes through Felon Fair. That's who started it.
Yeah.
And now it's split into a whole new separate company from Felon Fair, and they do it in South Carolina in October, and it looks amazing. And then plus then you're in all the shots for all they do, like bring a full film crew in and film shots for social media. It's pretty awesome.
That is
That's
really
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Honestly, I don't I try to sort of pay attention to what other booktubers are doing when I schedule live streams, but at this point you really can't because like everybody's doing live streams.
What
all the
happens
time.
is you pay attention to every time Alan is going to have a live stream, and you
then I
guys do it
schedule.
exactly at the same time.
Yep. Because then he finishes his live stream and then comes over to yours.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Theo, I sent you a link.
Come to the dock side.
Anitha is on
See?
fire this evening.
That's why I told her
She's over.
I'd finished it. Yeah, she gets fired up because of me. She's in a holy war against me.
If it helps, Anitha, this is actually the first I've heard that Tiago actually finished it. So
I thought
We'll
you
talk
mentioned
about
He
it.
said it in the
chat.
Discord.
Yeah, he said
Yeah,
it in the
that's like
chat.
100% not true. I'm gonna show you the print.
you can show the print. It's probably one of the 47 I got sent this morning, which was not bad.
That's true,
Not
actually.
bad for our chat.
You reacted to it.
I did.
You did. You
It was
reacted
like a
with
few days
fire
ago.
emoji. Yeah, it was like 2 days ago.
Oh, maybe I was playing coy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because it didn't say what star rating I was gonna give it, so
Probably. Yeah.
One.
it was like
Um,
letting you stew.
Palmer wants to know, Ben, are you an author too?
I'm working on it. I have a few distractions right now in life.
3 of them.
Yeah, very
three little
specifically,
distractions and 1.5 cats.
What? I'm pretty
But-
sure Pips is a whole cat.
Have you seen my other cat? He's like half her size.
Well, okay, but like Novi is mostly poof.
Hi.
Oh, Mr. Pips.
What are you writing, Ben?
Right.
Conceptual fantasy is how I would call it.
Gene Wolfe is one of your favorite authors.
Yeah, I like
if
Gene
that
Wolfe.
helps anybody.
And some Neil Gaiman in there. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Nice.
It's like way bigger brain stuff than I come up with.
I really like ideas where it's something that seems normal and then there's just this tiny little thing that's off. That kind of stuff.
Okay.
Ben, I have a perfect book for you.
Oh yeah? Hey, there you go. I have the audiobook.
Here.
So I will get to that.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
Ben has been cruising through audiobooks because he can listen to them partially during the day. So
Mhm.
that's easier for him because you've actually been getting through some books this last month.
Yeah.
Finished yours, right? Yeah. Was that this one?
Thrice. You read it thrice, twice.
Yeah, that's right.
I did
You gotta
read
read it one more
Thrice
time.
twice. I thought about reading it one more time just to be able to say
Just flip through it.
Thanks, Theo. Do I really think introducing Ben will change the review? No, probably
No.
not. I mean, it's kind of payback for me being known as Mrs. Tekken everywhere, which is weird. I'm like,
I am on a
that's my
I am on a
brother-in-law, I don't
crusade to
know.
get you known as VR Tekken.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, you should use that as your
Okay,
author
but
name.
her YouTube channel is Tori Talks.
Right.
Like, and
And
probably
also,
a lot of
the-
people watch her videos. So.
I've said this on a live stream I think before, but I originally was considering doing VR Tekken on my books, and I kind of walked it back and was like, okay, why would I not use my regular name? First of all, I was trying to avoid instant female author, which I got really mad at that. And I was like, nope, I'm not going to try to avoid that. There's no reason for me to avoid that. And second of all, I thought VR sounds much more like intellectual than Tory. And I was like, also, no. Like, so I kind of got to a point where I'm just like, I just want to be me on my books. I don't want to be like, I don't want to try to put out a persona out there because VR Tekken makes me sound not, I don't know,
Super
like
professional. Or
thanks.
So
like
Kidding.
Okay. you'll always be Vicky T.
Huh?
The
You'll always be
funny
Vicky
thing
T,
is, yeah, Vicky T.
No.
Vicky T.
It wasn't even me this time. I'm the one who comes up with this stuff normally.
Oh, my husband has been like calling her Vicky offhandedly for years.
You
just-
realize you're
just
saying this
because.
on stream, where now all of my horrible booktuber friends are gonna grab this and run with it.
Forget your booktuber friends. He said it to me.
Yeah, it works. Vicky T, being a queen.
Oh man, this is not gonna go well.
Afterwards,
Laura's
I'm
laughing,
like,
but you can see the anger behind her eyes.
well,
right
okay.
now, Andrew.
I got teased with that nickname mercilessly when I was younger, and also the only person my entire life that I have allowed to call me that is my great aunt Margaret from like ages ago, because she was like 4'11" and a crazy character. She used to water her plant in her assisted living apartment with beer to perk him up. I'm not even joking. Like, that's the type of woman. She was amazing. She was amazing. Spitfire and a half. But she would not hear of calling me Tori. I was Vicky, and that was it. And I was like, well, it's Aunt Margaret. Like, so, but everyone else, I will give you the stank eyes for sure.
But circling back to like using letters instead of your name, the funny thing is, like it was usually female authors because they wanted to avoid the instant I'm a lady writer, right? And then it kind of became like, now you see the two letters and everyone kind of assumes it's already a woman writing the book. So I mean, it became tradition, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, or people think you look writerly when you use two letters. I don't know.
Well, especially
But-
for like epic fantasy, I feel like there's this connotation that we need to sound.
Yeah, I mean,
Epic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like including your middle initial in your name.
Well, I don't know
We
where
can
that would have
blame
come from.
Because
Tolkien
there's
for
other
that.
Sure.
and I mean, to be honest, I really like using my name because I think as an author, it feels really good to see your full name like on the cover.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
I feel like if I put VR Tech in on my book, I would feel like it was somebody else,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want it. It's just me.
Yeah.
What you see is what
And-
you get.
If I publish this name, you can get away with anything. So,
Yeah.
I mean, what I mean is a Portuguese name for someone writing in English. So, yeah,
Forever being called Thiago.
yes.
Mhm.
I kind of used to pronounce it that way before I heard Tori say some. So
It's okay. Everyone does. Yeah.
I went to Alan's
Chago
interview
does too.
first to hear how Chago introduced himself. And that was where I was like, oh, because when I had Chago on the author interview, I was like, I don't want to pronounce his name wrong because that's a thing with me. I just want to try to pronounce everybody's name right. So Baptiste was probably the one I had to practice the most. But yeah, like, your name is your name. You shouldn't feel like you have to change it.
see, I can't use mine, like my regular name, because there's some random Italian fashion designer that has my name. So if you search Sarah Ferrari, that's what pops up is Italian fashion designer and graphic design.
Spiderlight by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I read my first Adrian Tchaikovsky this last month. I'll be chatting about it in my wrap up. But I read Ogres this last month, and that was really interesting. It was written in second person, which I think is the first time I've read a second person story.
You haven't read the 5th season?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, you should. It's really cool.
Do you know how many books I have on my TBR, Chago? I'm trying to get to everything.
How many books have I recommended to you, Tori? Doesn't that
all
like
of-
take precedence?
all of Mark Lawrence's
gonna
books.
say.
So
I mean,
when I
okay,
work
but-
through those, I'll let you know. Has Mark Lawrence written it? Yes. Am I recommending it to you? Also, yes. Sarah, was that a Jack Sparrow hat?
By the
No,
way,
it's just a sparrow hat. No, it was just a random thing that I put together
This
that I felt like.
is like a beautiful edition that you should definitely get if you can. Just
Who's the author? I can't see.
I missed it. What?
Anita asked what's wrong with my name. Nothing's wrong, Anita. It's kind of like a joke that we keep running, that it's a pen name to sound like exotic, because not a lot of people with like foreign names, there are less people with foreign names on their
Tchaikovsky.
books than. Yeah, I mean, but his first name is Adrian, so it's
That's a
just a
princely
joke.
name.
Yeah, your name. Yeah, I agree. Your name shouldn't change anything. It's just it's more of a joke than anything else.
Mhm.
Your name's your name, and if people are judging your book by your name or thinking
They're
that
not my
your
audience.
prose or whatever thing's gonna be different because your name doesn't sound English enough.
Well, if they're reading my book expecting a very toxic fantasy romance, they will be sadly disappointed. But there are lots of blood and swords, so.
And Motley
Vicky T.
Crue.
And
I mean,
definitely
I
Motley
think
Crue.
I think Vicky T really falls in line with Blood and
No.
Swords,
If I-
don't you, Andrew?
Well, if I
Yeah.
ever branch off into like fairy romance, I will use that.
Vicky T is your.
Oh,
your
the day.
Yeah.
I can promise you, Thiago, when I write my fairy romance, I will use that name on it. How about that?
Okay.
Okay. It's not going to happen. Sarah's looking slightly concerned.
No, I'm
She's
like,
looking concerned because she's gonna have to do the art.
It's true. Theo over there doing jujitsu. That's awesome. Jiu-jitsu is on my bucket list of something I want to learn how to do at some point. Derry says half a cat. Grunky very aptly says maybe half a brain.
This is
It's kind of true.
So true. Oh, that cat.
Palmer, you should totally cosplay. Like I feel sad that
Palmer has so many
people. She has so many great hats. It's really sad that you can't just like walk into the grocery store in like a cosplay outfit without
can't-
people.
Why not?
Well, you can, but people are like, "Ooh, one
Okay,
of
so in the middle
those."
of the pandemic, I went grocery shopping. You know how you had to wear a mask? So there were these two Ren Fair people, and one of them was wearing a plague doctor mask
Nice.
with the
that's what
full,
my
like,
husband
mask on.
wanted to
crow and
do.
everything. He had a mask on.
Yep.
It was awesome.
Hey,
Yeah, just reminding anybody who's new, there is a giveaway for a physical copy of Thiago's A Touch of Light down in the description. There is a link to a Google form. I will be drawing the winner on Saturday to give a little bit of time for replay watchers to jump in on that.
Can I
but-
sign up?
Yeah, anybody can.
I don't have it
Anybody
yet.
anywhere in the world can
I can't
sign up
believe
for
you,
it.
Sarah.
I'm sorry.
I can't
Friendship
believe you.
card revoked.
No,
Okay,
never,
I don't either.
never. I still
I
need
just have to-
artwork.
I see how it is.
Yeah. So Derry just had a really good idea for us to co-author the fairy romance story.
You're right, Derry. That is an excellent point. I will spell it that way as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't it be Vicky Chi then?
Possibly. I
Did I
could spell
mention
it.
that I'm booked until 2025?
2025. Okay, we'll write 2026.
I just got another offer.
The funny thing is, Brazilians and especially people like in my city have like this habit of shortening people's names as nicknames, and we call everyone like I mean, I'd call you Andy. People here would call you. I just don't call you Andy because I know too many Andys, and I don't like
There are way
associate
too many
your
Andys
name
and
with
Andrews.
Andy. So, but people do that, and so a lot of people who are closer to me actually call me Chi instead of
Chi. Yeah.
my full name. Yeah, it's kind of like the nickname for Thiago. So.
So, Tori, can I answer that question about Agatha Christie?
Yes, I was just going to ask you if you would actually.
So the book that I'm working on is actually about Anna Catherine Green, who is the mother of detective fiction. And one of the things that is unique about her is in 1878 when she published her debut novel. And this was the first full-length novel with an American detective. She used her own name. She was not married. She didn't use Mrs. Even after she was married, it was not by Mrs. Rolfs. It was Anna Catherine Green. That was her name. And she's the inspiration actually for Agatha Christie. So like in the very first book with Poirot, she references Anna Catherine Green's first book. And then like Anna Catherine Green is the first to come up with Miss Butterworth, who is the inspiration for Miss Marple, who is Agatha Christie's character. She wrote the first girl detective, so the inspiration for Nancy Drew. And she might have written the first historical fiction or historical mystery. I'm still trying to confirm whether that's actually true or not.
No one was right. Everybody always wrote in their decade.
Right, because like even Agatha Christie is not a historical author. She always wrote in her time period, which is why there's a lack of description in her books. But yeah, so Anna Catherine Green is a great example of a woman claiming her name in an age when nobody did that. And prolific. And she was an overnight bestseller. Yeah. So yeah, she was.
Did you do a video on her on your channel yet?
I'm doing several videos because that's the book that I'm writing that comes out in May, is about her writing her book. It's a historical fiction.
Oh, it's coming out in May?
It's coming out. Well, yes.
Have you booked Sarah yet for
I'm trying to get Sarah to work with me on a children's chapter book series, but somebody keeps taking up her time. So
yeah, Tori, Vicky.
She hasn't done anything for me yet. Just saying.
But that's not entirely true.
I know you're here to keep me honest, but
Sarah, like side comment, I love that you're just holding a paintbrush. Like some people maybe hold a pencil or something.
Very artsy.
It's a paintbrush.
She's an artiste.
Yeah.
I have many much at my disposal.
You need to put them in your hair.
Yes. Oh man.
I feel like a peacock.
I can find a paintbrush in my house if I tried.
There's not an artistic bone in your body.
Yeah.
No, you're doing digital though, aren't you? Some photo etching?
I mean, I said I would, but
writing is an art form too, Sarah.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to call her out on that because I didn't want to lose my place in the line.
I think it's great.
You know what?
To answer Derry's question, I agree, Derry. For me, it would at least, because I would feel like I was trying to be someone else professionally, and that would really bother me because I've done that in the past and it didn't really go well. So I like the idea of just unapologetically being Tori on my epic fantasy novels, and that's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go, Thiago. Which Mark Lawrence book is it going to be?
The last one that she can only read after she read like all of the other trilogies. That's why I recommend that one, so that she has to go through everything.
Derry, I should message you about ogres and we should chat about it, because I totally agree. The second person was not hard to get used to.
And it was this book.
I signed up for the giveaway. I was so mad that I couldn't do a ARC request for The Book That Wouldn't Burn, which is his new one that's coming out sometime later this year. And I joined a giveaway for it. It's only me. There's 10 copies and 2,300 people, so I should easily get one.
Yeah. I saw Ben just added it to his TBR too.
What did I? Wait, what?
Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence.
I don't think I have.
I don't even know if
Goodreads, you marked it as want to read.
I did.
Me or Ben?
I was just gonna say that. You told him like
she already had Ben's login information.
I'm just adding next to his TBR.
Oh, I see.
You know what, Derek? I'm going to have a big bowl of chocolate ice cream tonight and probably edit my next video. Yeah,
I'm gonna reward myself with more work.
I bought myself a lot of books this month. Not good.
What a new beanie. Get a new beanie.
Yeah, I did. I actually got can you grab my Sharingan beanie?
Where is it?
So this month I did actually get 2 new beanies. I got a Sharingan beanie, which is a symbol from the show Naruto that Sarah and I grew up with. well, you kind of introduced me to it. I think it's in the.
I have heavily
the other
coerced
bin.
you into giving it another try.
So Ben and I are currently watching it, and it's one of those 90s shonen animes where the first like 20 episodes you're just like, and then the characters start coming out more, and you're just like, yep, this is why I liked this so much the first time. And there's a broody anti-hero emo boy character in it that I have loved since I was like 14. So that shocks everyone, I'm sure.
I thought you said you didn't like vampire romances.
He's pretty close to a vampire, to be honest. But this is the Sharingan beanie, so it has the cool symbol on it. And then I got a gray, what do they call that? It's like the waffle knit, just a plain gray one. And then the next one I want to get is there's one that has a really cool, it's like a Slytherin symbol here with like the snake over the top. It's really cool.
I never would have guessed you were Slytherin.
Waffles.
Seriously?
That's funny.
Very, very, yes. Ravenclaw.
Yep. Can you guess what I am?
Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
Ben, but I thought we decided he was a Hufflepuff.
You all decided that, but I took the test.
That's how you know he's a Ravenclaw.
Right.
Yeah, right. So Ben is a Ravenclaw with very strong Hufflepuff tendencies.
I'll be right back, guys.
No worries. But yes, I am very Slytherin, very Slytherin.
Yeah.
I
about
don't
you,
know
Sarah?
that. I don't know that I tick any other box besides Ravenclaw.
You are so
Yeah.
incredibly Ravenclaw. I'm feeling very
Yes.
outnumbered right now, actually, because that's what you are too, Andrew, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you?
I mean,
Yeah, I'm a Ravenclaw.
I thought you were
Actually, I think I might have taken the test once and leaned slightly Slytherin, but
I can see that.
I was gonna say Ravenclaw, lean Gryffindor.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's a chameleon, remember?
That's right.
Yes.
it depends
She
on the
said-
day.
she
If
said
she's
that
around
me,
hanging around.
literally almost at 50-50 on all 4 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm way behind on comments again, I think. Woo! All right,
you
hold
are.
on. I'm trying. Got that. Where was I? I mean, if you already own the book and you I'm not going to stop you from entering again, but
Then you have to gift it.
yeah, that would be cool if
Really
you would
needs
gift it to somebody. Yep.
Or your old copy.
Oh, 100% Palmer. I wear black. Like half of my wardrobe is like dark clothing, and so I have 2 tabby cats who have gray hair.
They don't shed as bad as.
So
I have a
Christmas
black
back
cat,
then.
so that's not an issue. Actually, like both my dog and my cat are black, but my horse is white. That's a problem.
Matt, just wanted to say, oh, thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. That wasn't insanely fast. I feel like I just had a live stream for
You did. It was
Well,
like,
that was 1500, so it wasn't as far back as.
But it was only like
Oh, Palmer's bringing up some other female.
I'd say Louisa May Alcott is another one who when she wrote her mystery, The Mysterious Key, she wrote it under L.M. Alcott, and then she also had a pseudonym that she would write her her romance under. So
Very
lots of
interesting.
women doing that. Yeah.
Yep. Dallin, Sarah is known as Sparrow on her channel and around the community. That's, I think, your Twitter. Is that your Twitter? Yeah, your Twitter handle is Sparrow Springs.
everything is Sparrow Springs, which
But her real name is Sarah.
Anitha had
I call
asked
her
about
Sparrow.
the inspiration of that earlier, and no, it has nothing to do with Jack Sparrow. I actually had a pet sparrow for a while, so
Mhm.
Awesome.
I was I take wild animals and no, I don't take wild animals. Wild animals find me, and then we raise them.
Y'all have no idea what's coming this next year. You're gonna see so much amazing Sarah art, and it's gonna be just awesome. It's gonna be all over Twitter. It's gonna be on a bunch of books. It's gonna be on my cover, and in the books.
in and out. Yes.
Yes, yes, she is an illustrator. Yep.
Yes, welcome to my crooked loft of random junk that becomes art later on.
That's art for you.
What's your favorite media? Do you prefer doing on digital or do you?
You know, so my first love forever will probably always be black and white pencil, but these days digital is just a lot easier. It's cleaner and portable, and so that's kind of where I lean these days. But I dabble in watercolor and acrylic paints, and I mean really everything. So
Awesome.
Thanks, Kyle. I'm definitely 150% not Ravenclaw, Anitha. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's definitely Slytherin.
Like, I'm 0 Ravenclaw. Like, I get mad at Ravenclaws for being pretentious all the time.
For being better than you.
Yeah, that was a very Ravenclaw comeback there, Andrew.
For knowing the answer.
Nice.
But
Terry.
Anitha is 100% Hufflepuff.
Slytherin tendencies.
Hufflepuff. Hufflepuffs get a bad rap. I don't understand. You
Yeah.
guys are the reason that the world is still spinning, and we
Yes.
have not all ended up in a complete World War III. So
They just want to get through school.
they just want harmony, you know? Ravenclaw. Sorry, Kyle. I totally can see that, though.
Well, we're both Ravenclaw, but I would swear our kids are Slytherin and Hufflepuff.
Yes. And Alan could end up being Ravenclaw.
He could be Ravenclaw, but he's got Slytherin
He does it
tendencies.
to, yes. And our daughter is
See,
Hufflepuff to the core.
Tori, you missed an opportunity here. We should have made this into a sorting hat ceremony.
Ah. Nice. So, okay, I'll be totally honest. I feel horrible about this, but I can't remember. Like, I have a horrible time remembering. It's the same thing with Mistborn, with what all of the medals do. I know that Zinc is rioting because Andrew said it recently.
Yeah, and you're a rioter.
Yeah, so
And-
whatever
and
that
I-
is, I'm a
and
Zinc.
I'm a calmer. I'm a soother.
So you're Brass and I'm Zinc.
Yep.
I don't remember the different orders of Knights Radiant. I should look up. Hold on.
and their personalities sit differently because each one of them holds 2 portions of a personality. So they cross over with what somebody else does too. So
There's
a little bit more timey-wimey.
I'm gonna have to do some research on this because this is a lot. I'm just like one page and I'm like,
You
whoa.
thought you were going to get an easy answer.
I thought I was just gonna get a Skybreaker is this.
No. The test for Stormlight is better though than other ones I've seen. Yeah.
That is a Ravenclaw tendency for sure. Not saying that I would know that because I'm around it all the time. But
Well, but then which Myers
Thanks,
Briggs
Jimmy.
are you? Because like we're both Ravenclaw, but we're
me and
different
Tori are
Myers
both
Briggs.
ENFP.
You're both
actually, so funny
Yeah.
story. I just retook the test, and for the first time in my life, I got a different answer, which kind
Really?
of shocked me.
What was it?
Because I was ENFP,
Yeah.
and I apparently now I'm ESFP, which is the entertainer, which I can definitely tell that my extrovert has gone up more since I took the test the last time. But I was surprised that it shifted a whole letter outside of the E and I.
Unless it was really close. So
Yeah, I'm because I started when I took the MBTI in college, I was INFP. And I was like 52% introvert, and now I'm 67% extrovert.
Yeah.
So that's also Ravenclaw, though. Like, Ravenclaws are very inquisitive, very like, I want to learn about stuff.
So that we can be right.
Right. There are some great female characters in the Harry Potter universe, though.
They're often overlooked, and they're not the same in the movies. Don't go to the movies for strong females, but go to the books.
Except for
Harry Potter and
McGonagall.
strong females. Huh?
Except for Maggie Smith as McGonagall.
Yeah.
Except
McGonagall is glorious.
Yeah.
She's excellent.
Yeah.
Anitha, that makes sense. She's a Gryffindor. I can see that.
Okay.
Jimmy's a Hufflepuff. Hey, Caesar. That's my brain's not working. Hi, Jeff. Jeff, do you prefer Jeff or Jeffrey?
Or Caesar.
Or Caesar? That's true. I mean, if you don't want anyone to know your name, I didn't say anything.
There are so many authors who are INFJ. Yep.
Yes.
Kyle.
Okay. Which Lord of the Rings character do you most identify with? Which Fellowship character do you most identify with?
You have to pick a Fellowship character.
Ben's like, oh, I'm out.
I gotta think about this.
If you had to pick,
I was gonna say Tom Bombadil.
no, he was gonna say
Go back to
Treebeard.
my river.
This is Treebeard
Treebeard.
in a
Treebeard,
human
yeah.
form.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, he's Treebeard. Like, I'm not even joking.
It is 100% true. I don't know if we've ever had that discussion, Tori, of like which Lord of the Rings character that we are.
Yeah.
I don't know that I could give an answer.
Crunky. It's true.
She is.
What I meant was like Hermione is so much better in the books. She's more Ravenclaw in the books.
Yes.
In the movies, she's kind of a I don't know.
I don't know. I really struggle with because I don't know that I've ever like related to. I think if I looked at how I would actually be in that situation, I would. I'm trying to think who I would act.
Let's be honest. You and me are Merry and Pippin.
I was gonna say that's what I would have said.
The problem is, though, because I know that I have very strong Pippin tendencies oftentimes when I'm goofy around friends, but in reality, like, I would be in the front lines so fast. Like, I would not. Pippin's kind of a, like,
He's loyal though.
Oh,
he's
Pippin-
very loyal.
He's not
and
going
Pippin
for
fights for Gondor.
Later.
Remember, he's the first on. Like,
Yep.
he submits
Later on.
himself to.
But
yeah.
he has to, like, get there first.
Yeah.
So
They all
I don't
have
know.
character arcs.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I love Merry and Pippin to bits and pieces, but
And that matches that you're always comparing yourself to the characters in El Dorado. So,
Yes.
oh yeah.
which is Merry and Pippin.
It's just Merry and Pippin.
Totally.
Yes.
Yeah, if anybody ever wants to see a film adaptation of Sarah and I as best friends, watch The Road to El Dorado. We are Miguel and Tulio. So ridiculously hardcore. It's not even funny.
It's kind of true.
Hello, Alan.
Greetings, Alan.
I don't know. I want to, like, I feel like I would be a bit of the comedic relief in the Fellowship.
Mary.
Gimli.
Merry and Pippin.
But Pippin is more subdued within the Fellowship, though. Like, he doesn't exert himself in decision making. He doesn't like I would be very much more, if not in a leader-ish position, I'd be like one of the deciding members of the group.
Mm-hmm.
But
Especially if
also,
it's
like,
life
Okay,
or
but
death.
Mary
like
is the
if
class-
you look at how
Would I trip over a bucket accidentally when we're supposed to be quiet? 100%.
but if you
Like
look at
Mary is
how
the-
Pippin like Merry and Pippin like take on like the deal with at the beginning, like when it's just the hobbits sort of thing.
Yeah.
And they're very much like, oh, follow me, you know?
Mhm.
Right.
So like it's there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alan is not Sam. Alan is Gandalf
Yeah.
because he's always ranting about something and wants to throw Pippin down a well. But he can't because then he might get kicked off the school board.
Accurate. You know, it's funny, Alan, because Sarah and I do have like some moments of El Dorado where we are the opposite, but
Yeah.
mostly speaking, Sarah is Tulio and I'm 100% Miguel.
Particularly the moment when Tulio is bashing his head against the beam of the ship, trying
to
think of
figure out what the
something.
plan is, and Miguel's just like, all right, you got it? You got something? That would be me, 100%.
Mhm.
Like, I'll carry it out, but you don't ask me to come up with the plan. Charmaine.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sam is. I'm sorry, Alan. I know you have a different opinion, but Sam is a character that I have learned to appreciate so much more as I've gotten older.
Yeah, he's another one who's strong in his quiet way. He's a Hufflepuff.
I feel like I'm Marietta rounding out the numbers, and even Derry, you are awesome, and I don't agree with that at all. Alan.
Oh, that is
Man,
bold.
Anitha and Alan.
Jeez.
Poor
I just saw a
Sam.
great
Poor
analysis
Sam.
on the two of them of Frodo and Sam representing that Frodo represents the PTSD of war, and Sam represents those who come home affected but changed but unaffected by the war.
Sure.
They came back and were able to reinsert very easily, but that the addiction of the ring is representative in Frodo in that. Yeah.
I know that Tolkien said that it didn't have anything to do with the World War. I think subconsciously it did. Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because it's part of his life experience.
Hey, Rebecca.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Rogue. We're getting into Lord of the Rings hot takes in preparation for the Lord of the Rings watch along. Awesome.
Join us tomorrow night.
That's
Join
right.
us tomorrow night on Patricia's channel. Gandalf is, I don't know.
All
I
that.
mean, I haven't read the books, and so for me, like, Ian McKellen is Gandalf. I will never ever be able to see him as anything other than that.
Yeah.
True.
And I'm a huge fan of Ian McKellen. So
Yeah.
I wonder if he hadn't died when he did. Sorry, spoilers. Would the Fellowship have survived longer than it actually did?
Yeah, they would have gotten on the Eagles as soon as they got out of Moria. Why you said fly, you fools? Say, go get on the Eagles, morons.
There you go, Ben. Jimmy is also a fan of Tom Bombadil.
All right, there we go. We're out there.
There's two of you now.
Gemma has. I mean, it's kind of true. Like, Frodo is a lot to put up with.
Yeah.
And
Then join us for the watch along. I want
Yeah.
to hear all this during the watch along. I want to hear
nice, Rogue.
people's reactions to things.
See, here I am, and I'm like, okay. In all reality, my favorite character is Shadowfax.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
And second is Bill the Pony.
Yes.
Bill the Pony's the greatest.
It's the horses that are Aragorn and Legolas. Aragorn and Legolas and Gimli ride. It's Hasufel and Arod, right? Yeah.
Yes, and Brego.
Brego.
Well, Brego is
He's
yeah.
the horse.
Aragorn's later, yeah.
Right.
I don't know that.
Because Brego used to be
Brego gets it wrong.
oh my gosh, I can remember the horse's name, but not Theoden's son. Theodred, there we go.
Yes,
Yeah,
Speak selfish to it.
that's right.
yeah. Of course I know the horse's names, Trisha. I mean,
And then Arwen's horse
Yeah, I
is
know.
Asphaloth.
Asphaloth, yeah.
We love Bill. Bill the Pony.
Bill
is
the
awesome.
Pony is the true MVP of the
Yes.
Fellowship, let's be real. Can I be Bill the Pony instead?
Yes, no, but Frodo's totally misrepresented in the movie. I totally agree with that. In the book, like, I hate that in the movie on, like, Weathertop, he just falls over. He's just like, oh, and he gets stabbed.
What's that again?
Yeah, Frodo in the book is very different than Frodo in the movie.
But in the book, well, like you said, he's dealing with addiction and PTSD. It's like he's pretty strong for what he's putting up with.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Derry lives in
No
New Zealand.
way.
So jealous.
That's so cool. Ian McKellen is outstanding. He's an amazing actor.
Yes.
This I don't know why this. See, if anyone could make Tom Bombadil, what's the word I'm looking for?
Palatable.
Thank you.
Yes.
It would be Andy Serkis.
Yes. Andy Serkis, his read of Lord of the Rings is
So good.
hands down the best.
Yep.
I need to
Yes,
listen to
amazing.
that.
I feel
Not that
like
expensive.
Okay. But there's a moment in the extended version with Legolas and Gimli that makes his character worth it.
Well, Legolas is, part of it.
Tolkien.
Yeah.
Tolkien by Tolkien.
Bilbo is a pretty great character. I like Bilbo.
Bilbo's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was writing down like how many words I wanted to get to with my book, and I just inadvertently wrote down 111,000. I'm like, you know what? I'm shooting for 111.
Awesome. And you're what, 105?
Yeah, I'm not gonna make it.
It's gonna be over.
It's gonna be over.
Can I
Worth
just
your
say, I just need a moment of celebration because it is an hour and 50 minutes into this live stream, and I am at the bottom of the comments for the first time.
Hey.
I made it, guys. I love watching honestly, the appendices of the extended editions are as good as the movies. I've watched them so many times. I don't know if Grunky's still in the chat, but I've actually been banned from playing Lord of the Rings trivia at his family's house because I've watched the appendices so many times that I know like almost all of the answers.
They're like, what do we want to play? And it's like,
Lord
Lord
of the Rings trivia.
and everybody's
Oh,
like,
when we
no.
were when we were in high school, it was like Tori's like, oh, I watched all the behind the scenes stuff, and then I'd go to her house, and she's like, do you want to play Lord of the Rings like trivia? I'm like, no.
Nobody will ever play it with me. So when I come visit you guys, we will
Yes.
have a Lord of the Rings trivia game night. It'll be great fun.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Set of Hobbits. So I'm covering up Andrew and Trish's faces for a second.
Fine.
The set of Hobbiton built the entire Green Dragon pub, and it's so amazing. Words can't do it justice. And they're building out the facades of a couple of the Hobbit holes as hotel. Oh my gosh, those are going to be
Wow.
booked out for like the next
Can you
25 years.
imagine? My goodness.
Yeah, it's an Airbnb.
Grunky is still in
is
the chat.
everybody gonna have to duck? Like, are they true to size and everything?
I'll be Gandalf hitting my head on the chandelier. Well, we have been going for almost 2 hours, and I feel bad because Thiago is still
I'm gonna say, is he coming?
being a dad. But I will probably close it up and thank you guys, first of all, for hanging out with me on the live stream.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. And
3K
thank
is
you.
2,000
coming.
chocolates or something.
Huh?
Go
I
eat
said
2,000
3K.
chocolates.
2,000 raisins.
2,000 raisins.
But thank you. Oh,
There he is.
just in
Hey.
time.
Hey.
Why do I come back to the cursed word?
You were summoned.
Yes, that's right. We said it too many times.
He actually
Yeah.
died of raisin poisoning like 5 years ago. He's just this ghost
Right.
who writes. Yeah.
Jerry says her best ever trivia moment was running Trivial Pursuit by knowing the answer to where can you buy a pan-galactic gargle blaster.
Where
restaurant.
can you buy a
The
I
world,
pan?
know
like,
everybody
right?
wants to know now.
Wait, Patricia just had it, I think.
Yeah, at the restaurant at the end of the universe, right? Isn't
Is
that
this
where
like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or something?
Yeah.
Well,
Douglas
well,
Adams.
Oh, I've
that
never
one
even
was
read
about
that book.
to make it on the show, too.
That's true. He does.
Yeah.
I used to know the recipe for
Good night,
it.
Anita.
Anita thinks we're
Thank
boring.
you.
Confirmed.
Chago, why did you even come back if you're just gonna cause mayhem
The
and
raisins summoned me.
He's in a
I
bad
mean-
mood because raisins. That's why.
No, I'm kidding. I mean, baby's having a bit of a rough night, so
Aw.
Sad.
yeah. I
My
forgot
3-year-old's having
what
a
I
rough
was gonna
night.
say.
Well, Tiago, you should sign us off with telling us more about your book that's up for
Yes.
grabs down there.
Last call. Well, no, it's not the last call. I'll be leaving the giveaway open until Saturday. But Chago, do you want to pitch your book again? I'm sorry. That
I
was
suck at pitching my book, but it's
We've been talking
amazing.
about it
It's
like for the past
award-winning.
2 days.
Griffins?
Alan just dropped in saying well done. So thanks Alan, I guess. So yeah, I mean, I think everyone has already seen this around, but if you haven't, it's an epic fantasy with multi-POV, battles, betrayal, political intrigue, a lot of religion, people living in a world where one society basically worships life, and if you die, you're unworthy, and the foreign clans think death is necessary for the earth to stay alive, so they'll eventually, clash, and people are just trying to make their way around when everything starts to fall apart. Kind of a plague starts to spread in the country where life is worshipped, and a lot of people start to die. So you can see how that becomes a problem. And I'm being very, very high level about it, but it's an SPFBO finalist this year. It won FanFi Addict's Best Indie Novel of 2022, so I'm pretty proud of it.
You should
And
be.
I guess
your
that's
debut,
that's
right?
it. Yeah, it's my debut.
It's your debut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and Anita's gonna give it 1 star. So yeah.
My chats, I'm sure people that come on to the channel that just happen by the live streams and they come and they're like, oh, I'm going to check out this booktuber. And then they see the chat and they're like, wow, all of these people are really rude. I promise we all do actually love each other. I promise.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I tolerate you.
I know. You've tolerated me for a very long time.
Why is Alan suddenly angry
Here,
at me again?
Derry
I didn't do
is
anything,
being nice.
Alan.
I'm going to give
It's late.
Derry the spotlight. No.
Thank you, Derry.
That's a good question. Do you know when that
End of
is?
April,
End of
usually.
April. Okay.
Yeah.
Close.
Sounds good. Okay, well, before we say goodbye officially, come over to Patricia Meredith's channel tomorrow night. We are starting our watch along of all 3 of the extended editions of Lord of the Rings. It's on P. Meredith Authors booktube channel. And we are going to
be
watch
joined by lots of different
bunch of different booktubers, and we're doing a booktuber commentary, and you guys can come watch along with us, chat in the comments. It's going to be great. And then Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Time is the 4th episode of Imposter Syndrome, where we're going to be discussing how to review fantasy and the perspectives of reviewers in fantasy and all that kind of good stuff. It's going to be a great conversation. John Morrow, P.L. Stewart, Megan's. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I'm confused, Alan. Oh, don't tell you what to do. I'm not. So yeah, that's what's coming up for me. Do you guys have anything exciting coming up that you want people to know about before we jump off?
Congratulations, Tori.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Congratulations,
congratulations,
Tori.
Tori.
Well, thank you. You guys have all been a big part of that. And I appreciate everybody in the comments and everybody who's subscribed to my channel. You guys are amazing. And I so much appreciate that you are supporting the content that I make. And I will continue to make the best content that I can for all of you. And
I'm gonna predict 5K before the end of the year.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
blow by.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
It's kind of scaring me a little bit as how fast the channel is growing. It's amazing, and I'm so grateful for it. It is kind of terrifying because I want to make sure that I'm giving great content. So
On
I will
Patreon.
continue.
I'm so
Thank you.
disappointed. It's
I'm
awful.
horrible. Thanks, Sarah. I'm horrible at promoting my Patreon. So thank you, Trisha. Can I just hire you as my PR department? So
Like
I
and
have.
subscribe. It really helps out the channel.
Yeah, like and subscribe, like the video. I can't remember all the things I'm supposed to say. It's funny.
If you like what I'm doing here and would like to support me so that I keep doing it, like and subscribe. It helps other people find the channel.
Alan, that would be hilarious, but not going to happen.
Where's your channel, Tiago?
Do you want me to write? Or do you want me to do videos?
Do you want me to make anything like
I'm
book
doing
cover
both.
or book art?
We need to extend this for 50 more seconds.
Yeah.
Sorry.
where I was thank you. Patreon. I do yes. I do have a Patreon where I am giving a little bit more behind the scenes into my writing process. I'm sharing snippets, concept art, map things, and all of that from the work in progress epic fantasy novel that I'm working on that will be out at the end of 2023, which is called The Bloodstones. And some extra booktube stuff and an exclusive Discord. We have a great time in there. So yeah, and my mods and like all of us are in there. So come hang out with us. Mods being those two.
Not me.
Not Thiago. Because he's, grumpy and tried to
He's
call me
writing.
He tried to call me Vicky, and he's writing, so he doesn't have time for that.
If I were a mod, I'd like cut your people in the Discord in half because I'd just start kicking everyone for the lulz.
Note to self: restrict Thiago's Discord role. But yeah, thank you guys. Seriously, thank you for 2,000 subscribers. I'm always humbled by how much you guys appreciate what I'm doing here on the channel, and I appreciate all of you so much. And I look forward to more of whatever it is we're doing here. So, yeah, I hope you guys all have a good night, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good